Welcome to The Incompetent Griller, where I'm going to teach you, an incompetent griller, how to look like you know what you're doing when grilling in front of your family and friends. Today, we'll be smoking bologna until it blooms or blossoms on a Weber kettle grill. As you start your coals in a chimney, some of you may remember the glory days in the early 90s when Outback Steakhouse introduced the bloomin' onion, and then Chili's rolled out their awesome blossom. Well, we're not making either of those today, but we will be making our bologna bloom or blossom as we smoke it on the grill, so let's head inside and get our bologna ready. To make your awesome bologna blossom, or bloomin' bologna, depending on what you want to call it, go get yourselves a slab of unsliced bologna. I found this brand at Dillon's, a subsidiary of Kroger. If you look at this map, you can see what your version of Kroger is called, so you can buy the same thing. We're going to cut through this bologna, leaving the bottom half-inch uncut to help hold everything together. I'm using a pair of cutting boards to stop me from going too deep. Starting in the middle, it looks like there's enough room to divide this in 6 parts. We'll then rotate the bologna 90 degrees, then make similar cuts across the ones we already made. Once the cutting is done, sprinkle on your favorite barbecue rub. I'll be using a mason jar lid to help the bologna spread out. Then I'll start sprinkling on Fire and Smoke Society's honey garlic rub, because garlic is amazing. Make sure to get some sprinkled down in the nooks and crannies.
Definitely the cranny.
It was the nooks.
Crannies. Nook.
Roll it around to pick up seasoning on the sides, then move the bologna to a rack. In order to encourage this bologna blossom to bloom, or this bloomin' bologna to blossom, stick that same metal lid, or a small chunk of wood, underneath the bologna like so. Now we're ready to take these out to the grill. We'll be cooking these on indirect heat, so place the coals to one side of the grill, then add a chunk of smoking wood. I'll be using apple wood today. Then, since we want to give the smoke some time to work its magic, close your bottom vent to halfway open so we don't end up cooking these too fast. Now put the lid on with the vent over the meat to draw the smoke in that direction. Just remember to keep the lid on for the full 30 minutes, because if you're looking, you're not cooking.
All this is true, because it rhymes.
While you're waiting, go watch some Dave Ramsey videos. Not only are his rants fun to watch, they'll help you get your financial life in order. That way, when you're eating bologna, it's by choice, and not because it's the only thing you can afford. Now that these blossoms have started blooming, we're going to brush them with some barbecue sauce. In hindsight, I think it would have been better if I left them alone for another 30 minutes to help crisp things up a little bit more. But I was in a rush to get lunch on the table for my family.
Don't rush me, Sonny. You rush a miracle man, you get rotten miracles.
Anyway, I'm using Kinder's roasted garlic barbecue sauce, because again, garlic is delicious, but you can use whatever sounds good to you. After you've coated it, put the lid back on for 10 minutes to let the sauce get tacky. While that's happening, we're going to make a spicy mayo dip by adding some mayonnaise in a bowl and sprinkling in some hot sauce to your preferred heat level. Stir that together and you're ready to go. Now, bring the bologna inside and pluck off the petal. That tastes good. Again, I think I would have liked this a little more crispy, so if you prefer it that way, by all means leave your bologna smoking for an hour instead of the 30 minutes I had suggested earlier. I'm going to stop this video now so I can keep eating. Let me know of your own successes down in the comments after trying this method yourselves. Have a great day.